say that home is where the heart is. I guess I haven't found my home. And we keep driving around in circles, afraid to call this place our own. And are we there yet? They say there's linings made of silver, folded inside each raining cloud. Well, we need someone to deliver our silver lining now. Greetings, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or Jupiter, or these aspects in Vedic sidereal. Getting nice and emotional while I was doing your reading. Okay, where do I start? There is a strong theme of a need to nurture here. Nurture a relationship, nurture yourself, nurture. It is a strong, strong need. And it's so funny because I took an Epsom salt bath with all my crystals earlier, and my Florida water, what do you guys know about that Florida water? Protection, abundance, prosperity, healing, love, all the good things, and rose water, which I just ordered a fresh batch. So rose water, Florida water, Epsom salt baths, spending time with your crystals, laying out in the sun. We have a tremendous thunderstorm going on outside. You may or may not be able to hear the thunder during this reading. I know Sagittarius, it came through. So right off the bat, I pulled from the Lovers Tarot 2 cards just to get an overall view of the reading. We pulled the Fool and the Princess of Staves. Now the Fool card in the Lovers Tarot is represented by Pamina and Tamino, and it's one of my favorite relationships because they persevere through fire and water. They persevere through everything. Basically, Tamino was called upon to save the queen's daughter, Pamina, from the evil Sarastros. But really, Sarastros wasn't evil. The queen was evil. And how Tamino battled and got through all of the trials and tribulations and made it through all of the tricks of the castle and made it through the tricks of the forest that the queen was laying upon is through his magical flute. He actually played his magical flute and it made all of the animals just dance and all of the beasts of the night in the forest relax. And then whenever he made it to the castle, he played his magical flute. And again, all of the people were just like, oh, how nice is this? So it's just a strong emblem that the most powerful warrior does not use his sword. He uses his heart. He uses love. Woo! There's a strong need here in relationship, Capricorn, to use your heart, not your sword. There's a strong need here to remember that the magic, the most powerful force on this universe, on this planet, is love, Capricorn. That the most powerful weapon that you have is a musical instrument to force in the most loving way. We live in a musical universe, Capricorn. We reside in a musical universe. When you use music, music heals. Music repairs. Music nurtures. It nourishes. And once he got Pamina, they used the magical flute to be able to safely leave the castle, and they had a beautiful union together. And once he saved her, they still had trials and tribulations and things to move through, and he used his magical flute, and they worked together as a team in tandem. And when he first saw the picture of Pamina, it was love at first sight. And so for some of my Capricorns, if you've been in a relationship for a while and you've been fighting, it's just time to stop the fighting, put the swords down, go back to music, return to music. Return to that innocence. The innocence is not lost. It is here. It is waiting for you. And for those Capricorns who are single or who are separated from someone, you will find healing in the partnership, or you will come together with your next partnership through your music, through your heart, not through your swords, not through your weapons. Whew. Okay, Capricorn. First really emotional reading of all of these. Next, we have the Princess of Staves, Brunhild. And she is seen on this white horse, this goddess on this white horse. She's a Valkyrie, very powerful, passionate princess. And she fell in love with Siegfried. And then upon finding out that he cheated on her, essentially, but he was tricked into doing so. Whole roundabout story of just total soap opera. She held that resentment towards him and ended up killing Siegfried's son, and then she willed herself to death, and Siegfried died, and she actually threw herself on Siegfried's pyre, his fire pyre, so like they died together. So even though they couldn't have a peaceful life together, they died together, and they still had their love in the ethereal realms, and she wanted to make sure that she died with him. But basically the poison of jealousy and the poison of envy and the poison of not forgiving, that poisons the soul. That puts someone in a space that even if you are a powerful Valkyrie of the gods, even if you have that magical quality and all this passion, you have to be careful about it because it can get overrun and it can lead to your demise, basically. Next, we have nurturance, which is so funny because we have Berkano, the rune of Berkano, which is all about nurture and fertility and motherhood. And the Empress showed herself through whenever I was pre-shuffling your tarot cards, and so did the Ten of Swords in reverse, so you're ready to put down all those burdens, Capricorn. Perhaps one of the most important gifts in life is that of nurturance. At this time on your path, you are being asked to nurture. The one in need may be someone else close to you, or it may even be yourself, Capricorn. Small, loving, caring gestures, constant comments, and tokens are called for at this time. You will find within yourself the ability to replenish the spirit and encourage the beauty, development, and growth that is about to take place. Only with nurturance can this growth truly occur. To give nurturance is imperative at this time. You should not take this lightly, Capricorn. This is one of the highest callings that we can be asked to share in our human form, is to nurture others, and by doing so, truly nurture our own self. Find simple and free-flowing ways to cherish, to appreciate, and to encourage tender growth within yourself and within those around you, Capricorn. For the rune, we have Berkano. And for the song, we have Sea Fairy by Jhené Aiko. Because I got you sprung off in the springtime. Because I got you sprung off in the springtime. I guess it's looking like you're stuck with me. Because I got you sprung off in the springtime. And what do we have? Springtime here with the baby and the birch tree. Lest me remind you guys, the birch tree was the first tree after the Ice Age to emerge from the rocky soil and bring life. The birch tree. So again, after the Ice Age, after the storm, after all the fighting, after the boiling, bubbling, brewing, after the poison, the envy, the resentment, the fights, the bickering, the swords, the magical flute, the Tamino and Pumina brings them out, and the birch tree brings the first seeds of life back to the planet after the Ice Age, Berkano. Berkano is also full of green, fertility, so this is abundance. Abundance and prosperity will come to you the more that you nurture yourself, Capricorn, and it is imperative at this time that you nurture. Malachite would be a really powerful crystal for you guys. There's malachite in here. My Malachite Ganesha, which is the remover of obstacles. You can call upon the remover of obstacles, Ganesha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha is a wonderful mantra to work with. It's very powerful, though. It is the remover of all obstacles, and by doing that, you may experience rapid change and very fun, comfortable change. Jade would also be very powerful for you guys to work with, as I have my two Fukeng Long, Fuz King Long, Chinese treasure dragons in gold with the jade. Felt like it was perfect to wear for this reading, and it's very perfect fitting for how the reading is coming out. With Berkano, this is all about the goddess of the birch tree, Mother Earth, female sexuality, fruitfulness, protection, growth, reception, safety, a new beginning, total optimism, vitality. It can also be the inability to commit to yourself, which is all about that nurture. It's telling you again you need to nurture yourself and come home to yourself, in which case it is the denial of the feminine. This is a rune of becoming and constantly becoming, constant growth. The most obvious truth is hidden the deepest within, and only you will ever know it. No one else ever could, Capricorn. Continual expansion and renewal, secrecy, mature wisdom, the trees and plant life, spending time out in nature, listening to the trees, listening to the wind will be very healing for you, putting your hands on the trees. This is all about, it strengthens the power of secrets, concealment, it's about shelter. This is also about bringing ideas into fruition, a hidden sanctuary in a time of need, a place of safety for you, regeneration, purification, detoxification, Capricorn, recuperation, protection of what is coming into being, safety of the womb, the motherhood and the wisdom that comes with the outer and the inner child. This is the power of dependence, trusting the certainty that love brings, seeing the inner child for all that it is, the mastery of silence for listening and protection, Capricorn. This assists your life in healing. It enhances your ability to provide oneself and others the time and space that they need to grow on their own. This is about a creation of time and space, creation of power, creation of activities and energy to grow a family or to grow a business. We see with the green, that is the abundance. So again, it's either growing a family or growing a business. New love is just around the corner if you're not in a relationship. Springtime for your heart is coming to awaken a new love inside of you, Capricorn. Struggle is indeed a part of healing, and healing is possible. There may be a habit for you to change for your health that isn't not easy, but it's asking you that this habit needs to be changed, and health changes must be happening now. This is all about beauty, growth. Challenge is inevitable, but you're capable of growing through the challenges. The universe only brings you the challenges that it knows that you're capable and that you shall persevere through. This is all about the Norse goddess Freya, who's the goddess of earth, love. The plant world. Again, it is the birch tree, the very first tree to emerge after the Ice Age, increasing your mental, spiritual, and material profits. How beautiful, Capricorn. Woo! Let's see what the tarot has for you guys. Woo! All right, I've got 2 cards off the bat. 2 of Cups in reverse. So yes, the love is here, but you just can't quite grasp it. It's like it's there, you can see it, but you just can't quite hook it. What's crossing you is the 2 of Wands. You want new love. We have 2 2s, 22 here. 22 might be a powerful number for you, Capricorn. You see the key, and there's 2 boxes here. And then there's the Wands. Which treasure chest does the key unlock? Maybe the 2 of Cups is in reverse because you are trying to make a decision between multiple right now, and yet it's neither. Maybe the one that you're supposed to be choosing right now, Capricorn, is yourself. And in choosing yourself, the result will come to you. Subconsciously, the Lovers in reverse. So definitely some of my Capricorns are feeling some discord in their relationship. The 2 of Cups and the Lovers are here, saying that this is indeed a very strong soulmate union, but for whatever reason, you just can't quite seem to get on the same page like you used to. You've been on the same page previously. How do you get to that place of balance? 22, equaling a 4. 4, all about stability, marriage, the home. 7 of Cups, there's so many choices. How do you choose one? Maybe that's what pulled you guys apart. Someone wanted to have a different business adventure. In the past, 4 of Swords, you're healing from this. You're healing from this, but you're still in it. So it's like you can't escape this relationship. Maybe you and your partner live away from each other. Maybe you guys have taken some time, but you still are trying to figure out how to really bring this into healing. What is going to come next? There is definitely some illusions here, some confusion. Someone is doing some soul searching. Perhaps that soul searching put off the other. Perhaps it pushed them away. We have the 8 of Pentacles. It kind of did like a little floppy sideways thing. So I'm going to put it sideways. So you want to push this forward, but right now you're not believing that it can go forward. You're not believing that it can go forward. With business, as we know, stuff is kind of shut down with COVID and everything going on in the world right now. And so if you are working on something, there may be a halt to that at the moment. 8 of Cups is your energy on your path. You are moving on from this. You're deciding to move on to greener pastures. The 8 of Cups walks alone but not lonely. The 8 of Cups knows that only when one knows their own loneliness can they actually bring anything of worth to a partnership. So you are taking that time, you have taken that time. You've gotten to the depths of the ocean where the fire is extinguished. You're going to the depths of nurture. This is nurture. You're going to the depths, the wells here. We see all these empty cups. They're all at the bottom of the well here. You don't care about all of what's flashy in the cups. You care about going to the bottom of your own soul here, the octopus shape-shifting, to get a greater truth. A greater truth when it comes to your love, your feelings, your nurturing, what means the most to you, what you truly value on a heart level, Capricorn. Now your future energy with that 8 of Pentacles, the 8 is all about really bringing in balance. It's about the yin and the yang. And it's saying that there wasn't balance here. But how could there be balance when there's so many choices and when you're spread in so many different directions, you're so scattered? So perhaps your partner is saying that you're not stable. You're scattered all over the place. Perhaps you're arguing, that's the way I am. That's how I love. That's how I show up. That's how I express. So perhaps someone was not appreciating the true nature of someone here. Now, your partner, your environment is 4 Pentacles in reverse, which is very interesting because 4 Pentacles upright is all about being greedy, self-preservation, holding back. And reverse, they're wanting to bring you an offer here. They're wanting to come forward. They're curious. They may not express this, but there is curiosity here, especially with the 4, with you having the 2 of Wands and the 2 of Cups, the 2 of Wands being that passionate new beginning. Let's re-spark this. The 2 of Cups, you're my soulmate. The Lovers in reverse subconsciously, I'm thinking about you. This also can be a Gemini that you're thinking about, Gemini that you're wanting, but they're from a distance. The 8 of Pentacles is pause because you can't travel to see this person, so you feel like the longer that everything's going on, you can't see them, and if you can't see them, then the love is just diminishing. But the love is here. We have 2 of Cups and the Lovers card right off the bat, Capricorn. So the love is here, but it's inverted right now because there needs to be deeper healing. 4 of Swords. We've already spent time healing, but we have the 4 of Pentacles here. So you go from 2s to 4s to the 8. Now at the 8, you're maturing here. Again, you're saying, I'm going to walk alone. I'm going to step towards the moon. He's looking towards that full moon. But your environment is the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. They want to come forward. They want to share. See, he's being greedy. Mine, 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 mine. But in reverse, he's saying, maybe I don't want to be greedy. I'm seeing that life without you sucks. And I want to fix that. Your hopes, dreams, and fears is Judgment in reverse. So you're feeling like someone's going to have poor judgment, or there was poor judgment here. You're feeling like the wrong decision was made. Maybe you guys had a fight. You had a fight, you said no, and you made a judgment call, and now you're wanting to go back on that judgment call. Or perhaps your environment. They were greedy, they made a judgment call, and they hacked you off. They maybe told you off, or you told them off, but now they're regretting it, or you're regretting it. And then your outcome is the Queen of Cups in reverse with the 8 of Swords in reverse. 8 of Swords in reverse is, so lots of 8s here, 2, 4, 8. Very interesting, lots of cards about balance and partnership here. Note the 8 of Swords in reverse, that's all about the 8 of Swords upright. She is keeping herself trapped. You're not trapping, you're setting yourself free. We already see that because we have the 8 of Cups, and the 8 of Cups is in reverse. And if it was the other way around, 8 of Cups in reverse and 8 of Swords upright, I'd be like, no, Capricorn, no! Because I'd be like, you're wanting to go back to something that's keeping you stuck, that's yourself being self-sabotaged from what you're supposed to do. But that's not the case. The 8 of Cups is upright, you're moving on from something, and 8 of Swords is in reverse. You are no longer being confined by the spider webs of this situation. You're setting it free and you're letting it be. By the power of 3, so mote it be. And with the story of Tamino and Pamina, one of the characters in the story was always protected by 3 spirits. Every time he was about to die and he was about to meet his death, the 3 spirits came through and they always saved his life. So by the power of 3, so mote it be. And so it is. It is done. It is done. It is done. By the power of 3, so mote it be, Capricorn. Very powerful words. Words are spells. So with that 8 of Swords in reverse, you're moving on from this. But the 8 of Cups in reverse, there is again a lack of nurture here. Or perhaps it's in reverse. I'm feeling that it's in reverse because you're nurturing yourself right now. You're setting yourself free and you're nurturing yourself. With this 8 of Cups, you're releasing yourself from any of the stress of this environment, this situation. And you're just going to take some time alone right now, which is perfect, Capricorn. This is just for this next week. So I'm curious to see how this goes through whenever we reach May. I'm very curious to see what the May energy is. But again, Capricorn, with this Queen of Cups, with it reversed, I really feel like it's you either choosing to be repressed inside yourself, but it's not because you have the 8 of Swords in reverse. So it's you're choosing to nurture yourself. You're choosing to walk the path alone and nurture yourself. And if your environment comes forth and they do apologize and they do try and give you an offer, you're going to leave them at like a standstill with that 8 of Pentacles sideways or in reverse. And you're going to kind of blow them off right now because you understand that your priority right now is nurturing yourself. But remember that in the Horse card, nurturance, it is that you may need to, the one in need may be someone close to you or it may be yourself. So you may need to be nurturing this other person and you may be cutting them off very well from your nurture while you nurture yourself. As we know, you can only give from your saucer, never your cup. I was just telling this to Sagittarius. A ship in the ocean is completely safe. Tiny, tiny ship. And roaring ocean is totally safe if it is sealed. If it's sealed. Now, if there's a hole, a patch in the side, then it's not safe. That's when the ship will go under, the ship will drown. And so by the Queen of Cups in reverse, Capricorn, you're ensuring that your ship is not going to drown so that you actually have a ship to sustain something in the future. So I love you guys and I'll see you shortly for your May readings.